Japanese employers spend exactly 7 seconds looking at your application before deciding whether they are hiring you or not. Miss these specific format rules and you are out instantly. Today, I'm about to show you exactly how to create both the documents that Japanese employers actually want to see. Stay with me because missing even one detail could cost you your job. Moshi moshi everyone. If you are planning to work in Japan, this video might be the most important one you are watching this year. In Japan, you need two specific documents, that is the Rirekesho and the Shokumu Kirekisho. Both documents are exactly one page each, and here's the thing, they follow something called the JIS format. That's the Japanese Industrial Standard, and you cannot mess around with this format. It is completely standardized. Everything needs to be written in Japanese until you are teaching English through a foreign company. Today, we are focusing on the Rirekesho, your basic professional profile, which has your personal information, education, and your work history. The first section covers your basic personal information. You need your name, your nationality, date of birth, your gender, the current address, and contact information. Right at the top, you write the date when you plan to submit this document. Keep this accurate because consistency matters in Japanese business culture. Here is something different. You must include a professional photograph. This is required for every Japanese job application. Your photo needs to be chest up, in white or blue background, with no glasses, with minimal makeup, and a neutral smile. You can get this done at any photo booth in Japan for a few hundred yens. One important detail. If your name uses English letters, write it in English. Do not try to convert it into Japanese characters. For contact information, there are 3 sections: your email, phone number, and other contact methods. If you do not have other contact methods, just write dojo, which means same as above, in the 3rd section. Now, for the academic and work history section, this is where it gets interesting. You can start with education in chronological order. That means the oldest one first. Start writing Gakurike at the top, that means academic background. Start with high school, then university, enrollment date, graduation date, and so on. Once you finish education, leave one blank line and write Shokurike for work history. Here is where Japanese resumes are completely different. You list every job you ever had, starting with your very first position. For each job, you need the start date, company's official name, the department, job title, and then on the next line, your end date and the reason for leaving. Most people write left company for personal reasons regardless of the actual situation. This keeps things professional. For your current job, just write current instead of an end date. Next up, licenses and qualifications. It has columns for the year, month, and the official name of your license and certification. Make sure you use proper Japanese names for international certifications. Below that is the special skills and self-PR section. This is your chance to mention additional skills relevant to the job and briefly explain why you are right for the role. Keep this section short and specific. You will have the space to expand on your skills in the second document. Now, for some sections that might surprise you, first one is your commute time. You calculate how long it takes to travel from your home to your potential workspace. So why do you do this? Because many Japanese companies pay you for your commuting costs. Next is family information. List your spouse if you have one and any dependents you support financially. If you have children at home or care for elderly relatives who cannot work, they count as dependents. Also, mention if your spouse has social insurance through their job. Last section, your personal requests. Most people just write, I complied with your company regulations. But you can mention your salary expectations or any other special requirements you have. In that completes your Rirekesho. But remember, the Rirekesho is only half of your Japanese job application. You still need the Shokumu Kirekisho, the detailed document where you really showcase your personal experience and your skills. In the next video, I will show you exactly how to create the second document. It has completely different rules and gives you space to tell your full professional history. So till then, hit the like button if this helped you understand the Renegade format, and subscribe so you do not miss the part 2. Drop a comment if you have any questions about any of these sections.